to every one of you. On behalf of All India Civil Service Coaching Center, Chennai, I welcome you all to participate in the public administration class. In the last class, we have discussed the introduction of these subjects. That is, introduction means that includes the meaning of public administration, then evolution of public administration in terms of five stages, then approaches to public administration, then various theories, modern theories of public administration or the institutions we have discussed in the last class. That is comparative public administration, new public administration group like that, then ecological approach, then models of Frederick's like that. In brief, we have discussed in the last class. Especially, we have focused on the definition and meaning of public administration and the evolution of public administration in the last class in terms of introduction of this subject. Today, let us discuss the basic principles, basic concepts and principles. Because one should understand the basic concept or the principle of the subjects before going into the main aspects. In any whatever it means, whether it is science subject or art subject, everyone has to concentrate or to know the basic principle and concept at first. Then only they have to discuss they have to read the main parts of the subject like that. That is very, very important. So, according to me, in order to approach a subject, three steps are there. First one is conceptual clarification in terms of the clarification or explanation of the basic principle and concepts. Number one. Number two, context, the main aspects, and then then the last one is practice, the examples, the practical examples. So concept, context, and practice. This is the approach to how a person should approach a subject like that. So in this way, we have to approach. Whatever may be the subject, these things, first of all, the concept should be clarified, then main aspect, then practice may be discussed. In such a way, we are now discussing the basic principles and the concepts today. Already we have discussed the meaning and definition of administration and public administration like that. Today, we have to start with the organization. The first concept is organization. What is organization? The term organization has been derived from the organism, which means an organized body of interdependent parts sharing common activity. But there are various definitions. This is a common definition, but there are various explanations and definitions for this term organization. But organization is one of the first and foremost institution in public administration. The foremost and the most important principle or the concept in public administration. But everyone has to start with the term the organization also. Right? So, according to Mooney, organization is the form of every human association for the attainment of common purpose. Right? It means an organization should have the common purpose. And the structure or the establishment or the administrative activity, organizational activities have to be directed towards the achievement of the purpose or goals. Like that is organization. In such a way, an organization is to be organized. Like that, so many thinkers have given so many definitions. For example, L.D. White, Juster I. Barnard, Irving. Such thinkers have given the definition. For example, Juster Barnard. Organization is a system of concisely coordinated activities or forces of two or more persons. According to L.D. White, organization is the arrangement of personnel for facilitating the accomplishment of some agreed purpose through allocation of functions and responsibilities. Like that. But many definitions have been contributed, you find, relating to the term organization. However, Luther has given clearly the definition and the basis of organization. What are the bases? According to him, there should be 4 P's. 4 P's are the basis of public organization. What are the 4 P's? Number 1, purpose. If it is an organization, there should be a purpose or goal. Without purpose, there should not be an organization. Every organization should have a primary purpose, number 1. Number 2, process. There should be many processes. In the organization, what are the processes? Planning, organizing, stopping, directing, financing, coordinating, communicating, controlling. Such supervision, every process should be there in the organization. Like that. Then persons. Then purpose, process, persons. Stop. Persons mean within the organization and outside the organization. Both are included. When you say persons, both persons within the organization, that is the employees. Outside the organization, that the people, the so-called consumer, the general public. So these things. So because public administration is mainly meant for, exclusively meant for the public. So public should be included when we say the persons as one of the bases. Then place, where it is to be located. Where it is to be located. Where, how it should be located. Where? Other district administration. That is different from other districts. One organization is situated in a particular place, another organization is in another place like that. Place is very, very important. So there won't be any organization without this. So these are the 4 bases of 4 bases. We can say these are the 4 important elements of an organization, according to Luther Kulik, like that. This is. Then you find this is organization. So when we have already discussed to what extent organization is having more scope than that of the administration and public administration and management. Public administration and management. No doubt it has more scope than that of others. Public administration and management like that. Organization. So organization is a broader concept when it is combined with administration and management. In short, we can say. So organization is the primary principle in public administration that we have to understand, especially as in the context of Luther Kulik, especially the 4 bases or the elements of the organization that we have to any whether it is when you say organization, whether it is government or public or private, whatever it is, an organization should have such nature and features. That is these 4 bases, according to it. Now, let us come to know the second concept known as hierarchy. Hierarchy means you find the hierarchy means control of the higher over the lower. In short, we can say control of the higher over the lower. That is, it means supervision of the higher authority or the lower authorities on the subordinates, on the not lower authority, but on the subordinate. We have to say the subordinates like that. So the hierarchy has been emphasized and it was given more importance by all the classical thinkers like Weber, Max Weber, Henry Fayol, Luther Kulik, Lindell Irving, Mooney and Reilly. Such classical thinkers have given importance to the hierarchy, and especially Fayol has referred to the term hierarchy as scalar chain. Scalar chain is hierarchy according to Henry Fayol. That is, it means Henry Fayol has equated the term hierarchy with the scalar chain. As such, Mooney and Reilly has equated the term hierarchy with the scalar process. It is hierarchy is the scalar process according to Mooney and Reilly, whereas hierarchy is the scalar chain according to Henry Fayol. This you have to understand. So when we say the meaning, it is the control over the higher, or control of the higher over the lower. It means supervision of the higher over the or on the subordinates like that. That is hierarchy. That is hierarchy. Whether it is scalar chain or scalar process, we have to say whether scalar chain, scalar process, or hierarchy like that. According to L.B. White, Hierarchy consists of the universal application of superior subordinate relationship through a number of levels of responsibility reaching from the top to bottom of the structure. This is the full-fledged definition that is according to LDY. So his definition includes that hierarchy is the universal application. There is no doubt. And you find superior subordinate relationship. It creates second through the. It is one of the pyramidal one. From top to bottom, there is a structure. So structure from top to bottom is there. Different level, different responsibility has been allotted to different authorities. So responsibility is included. Superior subordinate relationship is included. Then you find the structure from bottom to top is included, but above all, it is a universal phenomenon or universal application. It means hierarchy is universally accepted and followed in administration. Universal application, we can say hierarchy according to LDY like that. So, but it has its own advantages and disadvantages. When you say hierarchy is in the pyramidal structure of administration. The structure, the lower authority, higher authority, higher like that. In any, you take for example, police department, from police constable to the DGP, you see the hierarchy. As such, in revenue administration, in every administration in India, you find the hierarchy. Not only in police, in every department, we find the hierarchy from top to bottom or bottom to top like that. So, in our system, the nature of administration is hierarchical system of administration. That is very, very important. Hierarchical system of administration is followed everywhere in the world. Everywhere. Except in one or two countries like America is following the position classification system. It is not rank classification. Rank classification is mainly included in hierarchical system of administration. Whereas position classification system is followed in America. According to which the hierarchical system may not be given importance, the position will be given importance. Based on the equal pay for equal work. Equal pay, equal place, equal work, equal for equal. Everything will be equal according to the positions. So it is known as position classification. So hierarchical system is just the opposite of the position classification. So in America, that system is followed, whereas in Canada, partial position classification is followed, whereas in all other countries of the world, this hierarchical system of administration or rank classification is followed. But this is the primary principle for public administration. So, it has its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, advantage in hierarchical administration, you find command will be proper. Command will be accepted. Command will be reaching everyone. Reaching everyone. Easy communication is possible. Easy communication. Link is there. Good relationship will be there. Hierarchy, order, way, obedience will be there. That can be easily maintained. Easy communication. The leader. However, it is up to the leadership, administrative leadership like that. Many advantages. Disadvantages may be there. Hierarchy will lead to inequality. For example, in an office, all persons, even though many persons are working, they may be getting various types of remuneration, various types of benefits from the government. So that will lead to the hierarchy. That will lead to the problem you find. Whereas in the position classification, it is not so. All will be getting equal pay, equal salary, like that. Equal position, equal salary, which is against the hierarchical system of these things. So disadvantage may be there. Hierarchy means only higher authority can. Everything is in the hands of the higher authority. And it is like a pyramid. The lower authorities may not be allowed to take part in the decision making. The top level management, they are not allowed to take part in the top level. Like that. So many disadvantages are one or two like that. In such a way, there are some problems. So hierarchy means easy command. It can easily, command is possible. Command may be easily reaching the authorities. The communication is easily possible. Communication, good communication, order, like that. That will be there. Coordination is easy possible. Supervision is good. Supervision will be fine. Like that, everything. Evaluation and control will be easily possible. But at the same time, it has its own drawbacks also. Hierarchy means, see, there is a vast gap between the higher authority and lower authority. Lower authority may not be having power, and the higher authorities are having unlimited powers in administration. Some authorities are having. So some authority may not be having power. Like that. It's like so vast gap between the higher authorities and the subordinate authorities. Like that. Some authorities, it will create the difference of opinion, difference of transaction. Like that, so many. It will make a conflict. So many things like that. So this is the things related or the advantage, disadvantage, or meaning of the hierarchy. Like, what is the view? What is hierarchy according to Henry Fayol? Henry Fayol has introduced the Planck system of communication. In the Planck system of communication, it is in the hierarchical system of application. The Planck system is good. It's must you find according to Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol said that communication, the proper channel system of communication should not be followed. Instead of that thing, Planck system of communication should be followed in the scalar chain. You know very well, according to him, hierarchy is the scalar chain. Henry Fayol. In the scalar chain, you find the Planck system of communication should be followed. That is, it can be easily, Planck system of communication. You see, in all government, in all the departments of public administration, everyone has to follow the proper channel system of communication. So, if one authority wants to communicate with other, it should go through proper channel. So, the proper channel system of communication, from the upward communication or downward communication, it should be proper channel system of communication. Whereas, that is normally followed. Whereas, Henry Fayol has introduced the Planck system of communication. Fine. That level of communication. That level of communication. That is Planck system of communication. For example, one circle inspector of police can easily directly communicate with the circle inspector of another circle inspector. That is horizontal, directly taken, but it should not be followed in the proper sense. It should go up, then it should come to that inspector, like that. The inspector wants to send it to SP, up to the SP level, district level, then it should come to that particular inspector. Like that is the proper sense. Instead of that thing, it will take time. It is time consuming. So it is better to introduce such a system of communication according to Henry Fayol. That is direct communication. That is level jumping communication. That level of communication. SP of this district can easily direct. Like that. Clerk of this department, it is particular organization, then directly can communicate with the clerk of that particular department, like that. That is level jumping in order to avoid the time consuming or delay, like that. So he introduced the Planck system of communication, the scalar chain. That is, you should know, but it is even in the hierarchy that should be followed according to Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol said hierarchy is the scalar chain. In the scalar chain, this Planck system should be followed instead of proper channel system of communication. So hierarchy is of immense importance in public administration, especially in the rank classification system of public administration. And it is universal phenomenon, universal applications. It has its own advantages and disadvantages. This is the second concept we have discussed now. Now let us move towards the unity of command. What is unity of command? Unity of command. You know what is organization what is hierarchy, then what is unity of command. Unity of command means you find that is one person should command over one employee. One person, one higher authority should command over one subordinate authority. Or one subordinate authority should receive the order or command from one higher authority. That is unity of command. You should understand. ஒரு பணியாளர் ஒரு உயர் அதிகாரியிடம் இருந்து மட்டுமே ஆணைகளை பெற வேண்டும், கட்டளைகளை பெற வேண்டும். அப்பதான் that won't confuse. So every employee should have one pass for command, one pass for order. Like that. That is one employee should have one commander, one superior to command. But in public administration, that is unity of command. Unity of command. Unity of command. That is supervision, right? Supervision, like that. This is so in the hierarchical system. But but this is opposed by some. This is opposed by some thinkers like you find Taylor, like that. But classical thinkers have accepted these things. Except one thinker, one employee should receive the order from one higher authority. But this is not satisfactory to F.W. Taylor. But Taylor has introduced he has rejected the principle of unity of command. In that place, he has introduced the concept of functional leadership. Function, based on the functions, there should be a command. There should be a command. For example, instead of one leadership, there should be 8 leaders. Instead of every organization should have 8 leaders. 8 leaders. That is 8 leaders are functional foremen. They are known as functional foremen. 8 leaders. Instead of only, it means F.W. Taylor has introduced the plural leadership instead of single leadership in public administration. He is against the hierarchical system of partnership. His system of in his scientific management theory, he introduced the horizontal aspects of public administration. Horizontal things. That is, it means every organization should have many or plural leadership instead of single leadership. So instead of this thing, that is the unity of command. Unity of command. There should be functional foremanship, functional leadership. 8 leaders should be there. Among the 8 leaders, 4 should be for planning and 4 should be for the implementation. Yes, they introduced the 8 leaders. 8 leaders. 8 leaders. The 8 leaders have the right to the command over the subordinates. Subordinates. That is known as the functional foremanship, the functional leadership, the plural leadership, according to F.W. Taylor, the father of scientific management. This is another concept. In short, we can say one person. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Advantages, it won't confuse the subordinates. It will directly reach the subordinate. In time, it will reach. It will be clearly accepted and followed by the subordinates. Such advantages are there. Disadvantages means you find the subordinates may not be having may not be having alternative sides to work under others, to get order from others. Sometimes some disadvantages are there. Monotonously, one person, one subordinate has to be one higher authority, and he has to work under like that. So in this system, so it may be making boredom. Sometimes it may be making him as a slaves, like that slavery system. Such a disadvantage may be there. So that is unity of command. That means one person should receive the order from one higher authority, or one higher authority should give order or command to one subordinate authority. That is unity of command. Now let us come to the other concept known as span of control. What is span of control? Span of control. It is also known as span of supervision or span of management. Span of control or span of management. Span of attention. Span of attention. Some related things may be there, but this is primarily mentioned by B.A. Craiganus. That is span of attention. Span of attention. There is a limit to the span of control, according to me. There is a limit to the span of supervision, according to this thinker, that is B.A. Craiganus. Some other thinkers have also contributed something on this span of control. But in general, what are the factors determining the span of control? But before going to know that, let us know what is span of control. Span of control is nothing but these limits or boundary for the control or supervision within which an authority can work effectively and successfully. That limit is known as span of control. For example, a teacher should have only 40 students in the class. It is normal, 40 students. So that in that limit only, in that span only, that teacher can effectively function, effectively work. It will be giving some success, like that is. So there won't be any problem if the span is like that, if the limitation is like that. So the span of control in that particular class, in the academy, you find one teacher, 40 students is the span of control. So that the teacher can easily control the 40 students, you find 40 students, and the 40 students can easily communicate with the teacher, and they can easily ask the question, directly ask the question and get clarification, doubts like that. Anything they can, whatever they have in their mind, they can immediately ask the teachers like that. It may be a participative class like that. So there won't be there won't be any problem from both the side, from the teacher side and also within that. If the span is like that, then both the side may be getting success. So the functions may be effectively and successfully going on. That is span of control. That is span. Yes, span. Span means limitation. Limitation for the control. That is span of control. Or boundary for that. That is, for example, another example we can say, one sub-inspector may have five police constables or 7 police constables. That is a limit. So that one SI, sub-inspector, can administer easily or control easily the 7 police constables like that. If it is 20 constables, number is 20, then the limit is more than that. Beyond the limit it is there. So it may not be controlled by the authority, that is sub-inspector. Even if the number is 2, it is not also good. So there should not be lesser span or underspan or overspan. Underspan should not be there or overspan should not be there. But legitimate due span should be there. Due span means உரிய எல்லை. எல்லை வந்து அதிகமாகவும் அந்த அளவு அதிகமாகவும் போயிருக்கா, அளவு ரொம்ப குறைவாகவும் போகும். அது நல்லா இருக்காது. அதான் லெஜிட்டிமேட் ஸ்பேன், நியாயமான அந்த எல்லை, அந்த கண்ட்ரோலபிள் ஸ்பேன், கண்ட்ரோலபிள் லிமிட். That is span of control. That limit is known as span of control. It is nothing but the span in which an authority can easily work, can function effectively and successfully. That span is known as span of control. Nothing. This is span of control we have to understand. So in any department, see, for example, in the lower class, in the school education, you see one teacher is having 50 students, then in high school 40 students, in UG, PG, in the college level 40 students, then PG level 20-25 students, then MPhil level 10 students, then for a professor PhD in one university, 8 students are allotted to a professor who is guiding the scholars like that. So the limitation is like that. There is span of control. A professor is allotted 8 research scholars, so that the professor can easily guide them, easily control them, easily give his service to 8 scholars properly, effectively, and successfully. So that these 8 scholars can easily get the PhD doctorate degree, meaningful degree. They can complete the degree within the time, the stipulated time, like that. So that this is span of control. You should understand. What are the factors determining this span of control? There are various factors. For example, function. Number 1. Number 2, time. Number 3, space. Number 3, personality. So many factors are there to decide the span of control. But span of control is very important phenomena in public administration. Whether it is public administration or private administration, span of control is must. Span of a limitation is must. It means otherwise they may not be getting success. The purpose or goals may not be achieved. That is very, very important. So the purpose, if the purpose is to be served, there should be span of control. Span of control should not be under or over, but legitimate. Legitimate, proper, and due, and controllable. Controllable, so that it will give success and effective. So this is the span of control you have to understand. That is the meaning. Right. Okay. Now let us come to know another concept, that is authority and responsibility. What is authority and responsibility? What is authority? Authority, according to Mooney and really, authority is the supreme coordinating power that provides legitimacy to the organizational structure. But there are 3 sources of authority in public administration. What are the 3 sources? First one is law. Second one is tradition. And third one is delegation. With these 3 sources, one can have the authority. So these are the basis, are the sources for the authority that we have to know. Then authority is of, you see, there are following the 2 types of organization. On the basis of based on the organization, we can divide the authority into 2. That is Peru type and board and commission type. Peru type and board and commission. Peru type means that is a normal type of administration. That is administrative authority. It is an organization is headed by a single authority. That is Peru type. Another one is board or commission type. It is headed by a group of the individuals. The plural leadership. So Peru type is having single leadership, whereas commission or board type is having the plural leadership. Many persons will be the leaders in the top level to manage or administer the organization. Whereas in the Peru type, only individual will be managing and controlling everything. So there are 2 types of that, Peru type, and there are many theories relating to authority. Now, for example, you find acceptance theory of authority according to theory Barnard. Very good theory. It is one of the famous theory in public administration. Juster I. Barnard have contributed acceptance theory of authority. See, according to him, the authority in public administration, command is according to the authority. Communication is according to authority. Like, or order is according to authority. in public administration, in general, command or order will come from the top, not from the bottom. That is true. That is quite nature. It means order or command will come from top. It means only the higher authority will command or order, like not the lower authority cannot command over the higher authority. They can request. They can request. That's all. They cannot, not even, there won't be, there won't be a request. Only they have to accept. So that it is a theory of acceptance, theory of authority. Then what is real authority? When and where, up to what level or which level the lower authority, subordinate authorities are accepting the order of the higher authority, that authority is known as the legitimate authority. Legitimate authority. All the order of the higher authority may not be accepted. If it is a legal and due command, order, it may be accepted and followed by the lower subordinate authority. If it is illegal and unconstitutional order, whether it is accepted by lower subordinate authority or whether it is followed by the subordinate authority, need not. If the order is legitimate, legal, unconstitutional, it has to be accepted and followed by the subordinate. Whereas if it is unconstitutional, illegal or arbitrary, it need not be accepted. So if the higher authority orders illegally or unconstitutionally, that time the subordinate authority has the right and power to oppose that thing. That time they may not be accepted. So that up to the particular level, if the subordinate authorities may be accepting, so that he has named this theory, the acceptance theory of authority. Up to the level, up to a particular level, the subordinate authority will be accepting. Beyond that level, they won't. It means if it is legitimate and legal, they will accept. If it is not, they may not be accepted, may not be followed. But in public administration, what is happening? Even if it is unconstitutional and illegal, it is accepted and followed by the subordinate. That is quite nature. But one or two other the subordinates who are really working, who are having the ethical distincts and moral distincts, they have the right to oppose that. So that time they may not be accepted. There is a level of acceptance he has marked. Up to what level the subordinates will be accepted, after which level they may not be accepted. That is up to the zone of indifference. Another thing, up to the zone of indifference, they may be accepted. Then beyond that level, they cannot be accepted. He has mentioned that particular place, that is zone of indifference. Zone of indifference. And that is the mark. That is the level like that. Zone of acceptance. Zone of acceptance. Zone of indifference. These ideas are included in the theory of acceptance theory by Barnard. This is one type. One. Then the second one is theory. That is Barnard theory. Then second one is another one is Max Weber. Mainly it is famous in public. When you say authority, the main contribution was created by Max Weber, Germany's thinker, political or administrative thinker, Max Weber. When you say authority, immediately the name Max Weber will come to our mind, no doubt. To that extent, he has contributed a lot. Very clear. Authority. He has classified three types of authority, known as traditional authority, second, legal authority, traditional authority, arithmetic authority, legal rational authority. Legal rational authority, traditional authority, and charismatic authority in politics or in public administration, according to. Traditional authority is one. Traditionally, one will be respected. For example, king or the king. Even now, traditional authorities are, for example, Pannayars. Even today, in some areas you find, in the rural area, one Pannayar will be there. Under him, all the people of that village will be working, and they will be getting food from that thing also, so that they will be giving respect. Traditional pattern of respect will be given to that Pannayar. Even now, that authority, that system is existing. That authority is known as traditional authority. Legal, rational authority, like legally, whosoever is coming to power legally, constitutionally, for example, all political officers, all administrative officers, or the legal, rational authority. Legal, because through proper precision, through proper system, they are coming to power. So that these are legal, rational authority. Legal, rational, Prime Minister, President, or Council of Ministers, in the center, in the state level, Minister, MLAs, MPs, or local bodies member, or administrative servers, top to bottom, IAS office, all are the legal, rational. That is authority. Because they are legally getting the question. They have the procedurally they are getting like. Another thing is charismatic authority. Charismatic authority is one extraordinary. Charismatic authority will get respect from the people or the subordinates in public administration. Unconditionally. Without forgetting oneself, he will be automatically giving respect to that particular higher authority, or particular leader like that. That is unconditionally. That type of leadership will be deeply rooted in one's mind, in people's mind. People will be always giving respect to the particular leader. That is charismatic leader. Attractive leaders. It will attract the people more and more through his leadership. Such a dedication, commitment, every service, every sacrifice, everything is included in that particular type of charismatic authority. So that authority attracts the subordinates, attracts the people a lot. More than that are the other types of authorities according to charisma. So he has mentioned three things, that is traditional authority, legal authority, and charismatic authority. But he has supported and concluded on the legal, rational authority. Everything should be legal, but at the same time it should be rational. So he supported the legal, rational authority. That is very, very important. That is, so authority one. Then what is responsibility? Responsibility, you see, is nothing but duty of a person in public administration. Allotted duty, allotted functions, work to a person like that, that is responsibility. So here we can say two types of responsibility: operating responsibility and ultimate responsibility. Operating responsibility and ultimate responsibility. Operating responsibility can be delegated, whereas ultimate responsibility cannot be delegated. That is the only difference we can say. Operating responsibility, number one. Number two, ultimate responsibility. Operating responsibility is to be that can be delegated, whereas ultimate responsibility cannot be delegated. That is the thing. Responsibility in public administration. So that is responsibility. So responsibility is up to the authority. Responsibility depends upon the authority. We can say like that. Authority. Higher authority has more responsibility. Then what is the difference between responsibility and accountability? Accountability is having some sort of compulsory applications. Compulsion. Whereas responsibility, one person may divert from the responsibility, whereas that person cannot divert from the accountability. Mainly, when you say accountability, the financial matters and very important key matters will be there for the accountability. Mainly accountable for financial position. Responsibilities. For example, record keeping is a responsibility of a particular club. Maybe keeping properly, may not be keeping. To some extent, there may be error. Whereas, that is normal responsibility. Then, respond. Then, accountability you find. If a person is dealing with the finance, then person should clearly deal with that. Otherwise, he may be getting lost. He may be making loss to the institution or the government like that. So that he is accountable. Accountability is more with that person. So accountability is the responsibility. It is more superior and higher, you find. So in such a way, both the terms can be equated, accountability and responsibility. But in public administration, accountability is more. It is having more value than that of the responsibility. Because one person may divert from responsibility, but he should not and cannot divert from the accountability like that. That is there. This is another concept. Now let us come to know other concept, that is coordination. What is coordination? Coordination means linking, link control. Controlling the links, making the link in public administration. That is, according to Mooney, coordination is the first principle of organization. No doubt it is the first principle. And includes within itself all other principles which are subordinate to it and through which it operates. All the principles of public administration are included in this concept, that is coordination, because it includes every concept, every principles of public administration according to Moonian theory. That's true. So that it is first principle according to them. No doubt. What is the definition? For example, L.D. White. Coordination is a process causing disjunct elements to a concentration on a complex of forces and influence which cause the mutually independent elements to act together. L.D. White. J.D. Mooney, according to Mooney, coordination is the orderly arrangement of group effort to provide unity of action in the pursuit of common purpose. That is, so it is linking the various activities or various functions of the public administration. That is coordination. What are the types? One is internal and external. Internal coordination is known as functional coordination. External coordination is structural coordination. Internal coordination deals with the coordination or coordinating the individual activities of persons working in an organization. Whereas external coordination deals with coordinating the activities of various organizational units. So internal coordination links the activities of the persons. External coordination links the activities of the various structures of the organization. That you have to know. So internal is also known as functional. External is also known as structural. Then horizontal, perpendicular. What is horizontal and perpendicular? Horizontal means horizontal coordination. That is, as in the Henry Fayol scientific management theory, you find the horizontal coordination. This is matrix type of public administration, matrix type of organization. It is possible. It is there. Whereas perpendicular in a hierarchical this thing, it is there. Then procedural and substantive. This procedural coordination and substantive this thing is, you find, this has been divided by Herbert A. Simon. Procedural is a structure of organization itself that defines the pattern of formal relation among its members, only formal relations. Whereas substantive coordination, on the other hand, is concerned with the content of activities of the organization. So procedural coordination makes the coordination of the persons in the organization. Whereas substantive coordination is the coordination of the activities of the organization. That you have to understand. That this is relating to coordination. So there are many types of coordination that you have to understand. So the coordination theory, M.P. Pollard is one of the famous persons. M.P. Pollard. He has contributed that theory, that coordination theory. According to her, she is the only thinker, female thinker we are studying, that is Mary Parker Pollard. She viewed coordination as the core of management, no doubt. According to her, coordination means harmonious ordering to parts. She emphasizes the following 4 facets of coordination. One is coordination as the reciprocal one. Second one is coordination by direct contact. Then coordination in the early stages. Then coordination in the continuing process. These are the 4 types of coordination according to, and he has focused on that particular theory of coordination. That is, but there are many hindrances, many problems or deadlocks, various in exercising the concept, the principle of coordination in public administration, especially according to Luther Kulik. There are certain factors limit the achievement of the coordination. There are certain hindrances, or the limits. There are many: lack of administrative skills, lack of knowledge, uncertainty, lack of proper method. These will be the barriers. Maybe lesser and less educated people may not be having good training. Employees may not be having good, maybe lesser educated. Maybe so many factors are there. For the coordination. The coordination is very successful and effective. All the system, all the employees should be properly working. There should be in a proper line, in one line, in achieving the purpose and goal of the organization. Like that, if they work like that, then only they can have good coordination or effective coordination like that. According to Luther Kulik, like that. That is another concept. So coordination is nothing but coordinating the things, or the coordinating the activities, and the coordinating the persons. In short, we can say, or linking the things, linking the persons. What is the difference between coordination and cooperation? Cooperation means means only among the persons or employees. Cooperation. Whereas coordination is mainly among the activities of the persons in an organization. That is very, very important. Coordination and cooperation. Coordination includes both, whereas cooperation includes only one. That is cooperation of the employees, cooperation of the people. That's all. This is cooperation of the people, cooperation of the activities, things like that. So there is a difference. But coordination is, as Moni and really says, it is the first and foremost principle, no doubt. As M.P. Pollard says, it is the first. It includes everything. So to that extent, it is a comprehensive and the broadest concept in public administration. We can say coordination. According to Pollard, there are 4 types, as I said, like that. Now let us come to know another concept known as centralization and decentralization. What is centralization and decentralization? Centralization and decentralization. That is, 3-4 concepts are there. Still, we have to complete in a little bit. In short, we have to discuss. So within this 15 minutes, we have to know these things: centralization and decentralization. What is centralization and decentralization? Decentralization. In India, we have the decentralization, decentralized polity, decentralized administration. Administration or polity is not only centered in the center in Delhi or in Madras. It is reaching. It is up to the level of Pandivati or up to the level of the very remote area of our country like that. So it is not only a particular in the top level, in the capital city level. It is reaching it is going to the remotest area, the last people, last area, the remotest area, or all the area. That is decentralization. Concentration, concentration. Centralization is everything is centralized. Decision making, management, order, command, everything is centralized. Whereas decentralization, it is decentralized. In any level, decision making process will be there. That is decentralization. That level of decision making. That level of implementation process will be going on. So that is the thing. Centralization means concentration of authority at the top level of administration. Whereas decentralization means the authorities will be dispersed, decentralized. For example, whether organizational decentralization, for example, you find the Supreme Court of India, a branch of Supreme Court may be constituted, may be established in Chennai. You find in Chennai. That is decentralized, organizational decentralization. The High Court of Chennai, its branch has been established in Madurai. That is organizational decentralization. Because people of the north may not be coming to Chennai. So that may be avoided. So that has been established in Madurai like that. So organizational decentralization like that. So this is also functional decentralization or organizational decentralization. So many things like that. Political decentralization, territorial decentralization, administrative decentralization. So many types of decentralization is there that it is according to the nature you find. So, but the decentralization has its own merit and these things, because all have the right and the opportunity to take part. Best example, safest example. Whereas in the centralization, you find only limited chances are there. Only limited chances. Only few people may be having the power, maybe having the response, maybe having the accountability, maybe having the literacy. Have the opportunity, but majority other people may not be having, other officers may not be having. So that is because powers are concentrated in a few authority, in a few group, in a elite group like that. And that group is known as elite. So that is a different. It is a common term. It is not only used in public administration, but in other things. Concentration of power, concentration of wealth, decentralization of wealth. Like that in economics, in polity, in administration, everywhere. But in public administration, authority or the responsibility is concentrated. Power is concentrated in a particular place with a particular authority. That is centralization. Decentralization is decentralized. Power is centralized in Delhi, but power is decentralized even to the villages. For example, you find the Panchayat Raj system. Through the Panchayat Raj system, we have the decentralization of power. Because power is not only in Chennai or in Delhi, but it is existing in the rural areas in terms of Panchayat Raj system. The grassroots democracy, we can say. Even the people of the villages can easily take part in politics and the public administration. But it was not so earlier like that. So decentralized the system in terms of organization, in terms of function, in terms of power, in terms of participation, in all the levels you find decentralization. As such, concentration means, in a simple way we can say, in one sentence we can, centralized administration is possible only in the unitary form of government. Whereas, for example, in UK or China like that, centralized, because unitary form of government is there. Where there is federal form of government like India or USA like that, there you find decentralization of power, decentralization of administration or political thing, everything will be decentralized. For example, you find in America, there is, apart from the apart from there are two constitutions. One constitution for the center and another constitution for the state. But in India, we have only one constitution, which includes everything like that. So to that extent, in America, everything is decentralized. Politically, administratively, organization, every aspect. So that we have to understand. Now, our next concept is, what is delegation? Delegation. What is delegation? Delegation is nothing but delegate some powers to the higher authorities. Delegation is delegation of power or responsibility or duty to the subordinate authority when and where he is going on leave, or when and where he is absent, like that, or long leave. Suppose I am a higher authority, I am going to my native for long leave. So now I am delegating my authority, my power to the subordinate. That is delegation of authority. There are certain rules, what to be delegated, what not to be delegated. There are certain rules. Who can delegate, who cannot delegate. Which can be delegated, which cannot be delegated. That is there. For example, you find something cannot be. For example, you find in public these things. There is order. New order new order may not be created. New financial transaction may not be done. So the ordinary and routine way of transaction may be done. In such a way, one person or one authority can delegate his power to the subordinate. That is normal way of delegation. That is there. But sub-delegation may be done. May also be followed in some aspects. Some aspects like that. But there are some hindrances. So delegation is must. For example, you find the President of India is going to the foreign countries for a long tour. He delegates his power to the Vice President of India. Vice President of India is making a long tour to the world. That time the Vice President will delegate his power, the Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, because the Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha is to proceed over the Rajya Sabha during the absence of Vice President of India, like that. So he has to political delegation or administrative delegation, like that, whatever. Delegation means the higher authority can delegate. The lower authority cannot delegate. It is not possible. It is not there. It is not that cannot be possible. Only higher authority, it will come from the top, not from the low. That is the main principle. Then it will be written and exact or particular. The sub-delegation means, again, some delegation may not be sub-delegated. For example, financial accountability may not be sub-delegated. Something may be delegated. Sub-delegation is allowed, whereas the major things cannot be sub-delegated. That is very important. This is relating to delegation. Then what is supervision? Supervision, we have to discuss this supervision and line and stop in the even now. Let us complete what is supervision? Supervision. Little bit. You should understand this concept. Supervision and another concept, line and stop. That's all. Let us complete this class. What is supervision? Overseeing the activities. It is nothing but overseeing the activities undertaken by the subordinates. Is supervision. Henry Reining. Supervision is the direction accompanied by the authority of the work of others. That's in a simply overseeing the work of the others, work of the subordinates. That's all. That is supervision like that. But when we say the supervision, there are many types: single supervision, plural supervision, line and personal supervision, subordinate, substantive and technical supervisions. Are there many types of supervisions? But one thing we have, when we say supervision, our mind will get only the main contribution of Likkert's supervisory style. Likkert's. We all know what is supervision. But Lickett has given clear-cut definition, clear-cut type of supervision on the clear-cut type of supervision. That is job-oriented supervision, then employee-oriented supervision. Two types of supervision. Job-oriented supervision, employee. Job-oriented means owners, management-oriented supervision. Employee-oriented oriented supervision is it will be in favor of the employees. Job-oriented supervision is in favor of the managers, in favor of the owners, So he has discussed this thing. He has compared this thing, these two types of supervision. That is job-oriented. In the job-oriented supervision, there will be a pressure. The employees will be controlled more and more. There will be rigidity instead of flexibility. Whereas it is not so in the case of employee-oriented. Employee will be treated properly. There will be a human relationship, good relationship between the supervisors and the employees. Employees in the employee-oriented administration like that. Employee-oriented supervision will find. Good relationship, human relation approach will be followed there. Happiness will be there. Ultimately, satisfaction will be there among the administrator like that. So, supervision makes this difference, whether it is a job-oriented supervision or it is a employee-oriented supervision. In a democratic welfare administration, employee-oriented administration is welcome. It is acceptable. That is going on. That is normally going on. But in practice, job-oriented supervision is followed. Now we are seeing many things. Which is job-oriented supervision, and basically it should be employee-oriented. But what is in practice? In practice, it is job-oriented, because the employees are in a different way. They are treated in different ways. There won't be there is not human relation approach. There is not flexibility, good friendship like that. In a way, supervisors are friends of the employees. There should be friendly treatments, not as the higher and lower authority like that. So there should be towards the welfare and development of the employees. That is this type of supervision he has mentioned. Then last, this is the thing, that is supervision. That is then the last point. I will finish within 2-3 minutes. Line and stop. What is the meaning of line and what is line? What is stop? Line includes implementation. Stop includes advices and guidance. So it means line performs the implementation function, and stop performs the advisory functions or the guiding functions. Right? So in a particular department, two sides will be there. One is both the sides will be there. The top level will be the staff, and from the particular level there will be the line. It means a department will be divided into two. That is line agency and the staff agency. For example, education department. In the education department, you find above the director in the secretary under him, that system will be coming under the staff agency, because they will be advising the director, who is the head of the line. The director of collegiate education or the school education, they are the head of the line. Head of the staff is secretary. Line A. Head of the staff agency is secretary. Head of the line agency is the director. They will implement all. They have to implement and accept the advices given by the staff agency. So line agency is subordinate to the staff agency. That you have to understand. In every department there will be two things. That is which is staff, the top level, which is line from the particular level, director and below. That is line agency. The line agency has the duty of implementation. Everything they have to implement the things or the orders given by the staff. But at the same time, the staff will give advices and direction or guidance. They will help in the implementation in terms of advice or guidance like that. So they will disperse money, and they will make the policy, formulate the policy, everything, rules and regulations. But these will be implemented by the line. So that is the difference between line and staff agency. Line is subordinate, staff is superior, as I said, like. But in between, there is an agency known as auxiliary agency. An auxiliary agency is an agency which will be helpful to both the agencies. It is helpful to line and helpful to staff line. For example, you find in Tamil Nadu, we can say you find some commissions. For example, you see the Public Service Commission, Union Public Service Commission. The Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission is an auxiliary agency. It is helpful to both. It is helpful to staff, and it is helpful to, and it will assist to both agencies. If any advice is asked by the staff from the TNBC, the TNBC has the duty to give guidelines. It is a duty to help. As such, if any advice is asked from the side of line agency, the TNBC has to give some advices like that. In terms of appointment or in terms of probation and other things, there may be this line and staff may be seeking the advice of the agency like TNBC. That time they have to give advice to this agency. So, with the best example we can say in Tamil Nadu, TNBC is an auxiliary agency. In a particular department, you find in education department, above the director it is staff agency, and director below the line agency. So below that is line is for implementation, staff is for the advice and guidance, and auxiliary agencies for both, for helping both line and staff. So in such a way we have to understand this thing. These are the basic concepts. Basic things we have to understand. I have given a little bit of definition and explanation on this basic principle. Sorry, we cannot explain more and more because time is stipulated. Within 1 hour or 2 hours, we have to complete everything. So only superficially we have to touch the boundary. But at the same time, we should know the meaning of that, the clear-cut meaning. Then you should know the other things, other areas. Know the meaning clearly. Know the meaning. Know main elements. Know main purpose. Then you read other things. That's understanding the particular thing. What is coordinate, we should understand. To what extent is the primary principle, we should understand. Then we see what are the theories relating to that particular thing that we have. So far, we have discussed the various terms, various concepts and principles of public administration, which are very important in the field of public administration, you find. That we have to understand at first. Then only we can go for the theories or thought like that or anything like that. So today we have completed this thing. So the introduction is over. Today basic concepts and the principles are over now. Now in the next class, let us discuss tomorrow about the various theories relating to public administration. In general, there are 4, 5, 6 theories are there. That theory we have to discuss in brief. If you understand the theory clearly, then you can easily understand the administrative thought also. So let us meet in the next class. That is tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.